It is now 1 minute past the hour and time for a check of our weather on the One's forecast.
Carolina, it's been another nice looking morning. Lots of sunshine and blue sky. Looking live over uptown Charlotte there in the distance from the Dowd YMCA camera. But of course, heating up once again. We're already up into the mid 80s with a light north wind shifting around more out of the south and southwest today, pumping in more humidity. Those dew point numbers were down in the low to mid 60s yesterday. They're now up to 70. So we've got the relative humidity at 59%. And even though actual air temperatures, some of us still only in the upper 70s to near 80 up to the north and west. Meantime, we've got mid to upper 80s off to the east. Of course, once you factor in the humidity, it feels that much hotter. Already feeling like it's in the lower 90s from the Charlotte area points east. As we scan around on storm tracker radar, no showers and storms around just yet. Looking off to the west near the mountains, a couple of isolated heavier showers south of Asheville, but this is what it could look like by 5 to 6 o'clock this evening. Some heavier showers, isolated strong to severe storms possible through late this evening. Highs today in the low 90s. Good Tuesday afternoon. I'm Tara Lane. Thanks for checking in for that weather on the One's forecast. Only here on Time Warner Cable News. We're tracking at least the possibility of a few incoming showers, thunderstorms again this afternoon. The severe weather threat is a little bit lower than yesterday, but still an isolated stronger storm containing some of that gusty wind, heavy rain, some frequent lightning possible. Here's a look at what radar could look like by 5:30 this evening. Most of the showers and storms up to the north and west, but a few of those could drift in here, sliding off to the east with time through later on this evening, as you can see there, and then moving out tonight. So it's looking largely dry late tonight and early tomorrow morning, back to some sunshine. Temperature wise, another hot day out there, highs rising through the upper 80s, lower 90s. So that puts a lot of us a little above average. The average late afternoon high is about 89 degrees. And so yes, a lot of us getting into the lower 90s, not only here, but down through South Carolina, a little hotter, mid 90s around Atlanta today. More heat off to the west, middle part of the country, down through Texas, of course. And there's not going to be any major relief coming up anytime soon. It's going to stay hot, if not get even a little hotter through mid to late week here coming up. You can see those temperatures well into the 90s. We hit the mid 90s tomorrow, 100 plus degree temperatures in the hot spots around Columbia, South Carolina, all the way down toward Wilmington and Charleston, close to triple digits there. More of the same on Thursday. Friday, more of the same, low to mid 90s in the Piedmont, hotter near the Sandhills. Some relief you can see there in the mountains, especially of course in the higher elevations up toward Boone, upper 70s to near 80 degrees next couple of days. So with that heat and humidity today, again, an isolated shower or thunderstorm will be possible through this evening. I'll have a live look at radar coming up. And then tomorrow after a dry start to the day, many of us will manage to stay dry even in the afternoon. Just a slight chance of a stray pop-up shower or thunderstorm possible. But again, most of us stay dry, so no major cooling relief coming up from any of those showers and storms. You can see on Futurecast, most of the activity staying up to our north and west later tomorrow. And then again on Thursday, just a relatively small chance of a shower or thunderstorm. Most of the action stays off to the west over sections of Tennessee. We will get that next cold front moving in from the north by later Friday, and heading into the weekend, it could stall out, enhancing the chances of showers and storms for the weekend outside plan. So keep that in mind. But again, if you're heading up to the North Carolina high country, next few days, next couple of days, storm chance continues. Highs not quite as hot, of course, there in the higher terrain, but still pretty warm and humid, upper 70s to near 80, low 80s on Thursday. Beach forecast heating up, low to mid 90s by later in the week. Chance of some scattered showers and storms today through tomorrow. Slightly smaller chance coming up for Thursday afternoon. Then we head offshore and check things in the tropics. Things are still looking relatively quiet, not expecting any tropical development still anytime soon. Looking across the Gulf of Mexico, Caribbean Sea, out over the open waters of the Atlantic. So back here closer to home, just a hot and humid day. More of the same, light southwest wind, a few showers and storms possible through this evening. And we continue with that chance right on through the weekend. Highs in the mid 90s to finish out the week. Back in the low 90s through the weekend and early next week.
Time now is 8:01, and meteorologist Tara Lane joining us now live in the studio for your Weather on the One's forecast. We were both saying we hope we don't see any more severe storms like we saw yesterday.
Yeah, it should not be a repeat performance today.
Okay.
So yeah, past couple of days, I know scattered power outages again.
Yes.
Lots of reports of wind damage, trees down, power lines down, parts of Cleveland County heading into Stanley and points east, those counties, Cabarrus County. But yes, it looks a little quieter today to finish out the weekend. So looking better too for the outside activities. Maybe you look outside this morning, it looks a little gloomy out out there. I know we've got the low clouds and fog still kind of hanging tough overhead over uptown Charlotte, but that will lift. The clouds will break and we'll be seeing increasing sunshine coming up through late morning and afternoon. Temperatures, it's humid out there with those dew points near 70, nearly equal to the air temperature. So we've got that relative humidity at 97%. Visibility is now down to, again, under a mile at Charlotte there. We saw that, and only about a quarter of a mile visibility showing up near the reporting station around Gastonia, Shelby, and Point South there, heading into upstate South Carolina. But it's not going to last, obviously, all day. Back to some sunshine through this afternoon. Temps right now, upper 60s to lower 70s. And again, we scan around on storm tracker radar, and things are much drier out there this morning. It'll stay that way, too, for the most part. I still can't completely rule out the slim possibility of a developing stray isolated shower, maybe a thunderstorm. But obviously, you can see there, I was looking at some of the other computer models as well. Not too much happening on Futurecast, and we will be mostly dry. Still some lingering clouds there through the afternoon to the south and east, but it looks nice and quiet overnight tonight. No worries about any storms or anything or showers around if you're heading back to work tomorrow morning. Well, we did enjoy yesterday. Maybe y'all thought this was a little bit of a break from the high 90s. Those temperatures in the mid to upper 90s the past few days before yesterday. And yesterday we only topped down the 80s. But you know what? With the help of more sunshine today, we're going to heat right back up. Upper 80s to lower 90s in the forecast. Mid 90s coming up in the 3-day forecast. And I will show you that in less than 10 minutes at 11 past.